Let's turn to the clustered chart. A clustered chart is very similar to a stacked column or bar chart, but clusters several column or bar segments of a category beside each other instead of on top of each other. To create a clustered chart, open the Elements menu, click on the Clustered icon, and position your chart on the slide. As with the stacked chart, you can insert the clustered chart in 4 different orientations with the help of the small arrows, or rotate it after insertion. In the datasheet, each cluster has its data column, where the topmost cell corresponds to the chart column furthest to the left of this cluster. When you enter another row of data, a column is added to the cluster in the chart. The default clustered chart comes with category and total labels. If you name the series in the datasheet, the chart will also display a legend. If needed, you can easily move the legend by clicking on its frame and dragging it to a different position. To remove the legend, select it and hit the Delete key. If you would like to build a stacked clustered chart, you start with a stacked chart and modify it as follows. Enter your data into the datasheet, including category names for the different clusters. Click on any segment of the chart, drag the column width handle until the tooltip shows 0% gap, and release. All columns move together without any gaps between them. If the segments of your chart do not have an outline, multi-select all segments, and pick an outline style and color from the floating toolbar. Now move your mouse to the baseline at the point where your first cluster ends, and click on the orange rectangle that appears. Hold down the mouse button and drag the gray double arrow to the right. Release when you see the tooltip for one category gap. A gap between your first cluster and the second is inserted. Repeat this for other gaps between clusters. Adjust the size of the chart if needed.